All right, buckle up because we're diving into something pretty wild today.
It's a fascinating premise.
And speaking of global implications, they're not just lost in the woods for a picnic, are they?
Exactly. So we've got this double whammy of chaos.
Okay, so we've got the G7 in the woods facing a crisis.
It's still pretty new, and that's what makes this so interesting.
You mentioned chaotic, and I think that's spot on.
Exactly.
And let's be real, this cast is stacked.
Absolutely.
It's like the film is peeling back the curtain.
Especially when you consider the horror elements.
All right, so we've got this big picture of rumors, right? A G7 summit gone really wrong. We've got a global crisis, a really talented cast, and a director that's known for turning something normal into something kind of creepy. But what really stood out to me, this movie, it's playing with this idea of a global crisis, but it's not giving us all the pieces of the puzzle, and I think that's when things get really interesting.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't seem like it's trying to directly tell us about the crisis. It feels more like the film is tapping into what we're already anxious about, our fears about the future. It's like it's saying, hey, we all hear about these global crises, but what would it actually be like? Like, really be like? How would it affect us? Like you and me, what would we do?
Yeah, it's like they're holding up a mirror,
Yeah.
right? And making us really think about this stuff on a personal level. And we see these G7 leaders struggling, and it really makes you wonder, like, what if I was in their shoes?
Yeah,
Would I be able to handle it?
exactly. And that's what's so smart about it. It's not about this specific thing that's happening in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but how we react when things are uncertain, generally. And it makes you think about leadership, too. These are the people who are supposed to guide us through tough times, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when even they're lost? When they don't have the answers? It reminds you that they're human, too, at the end of the day, with flaws, making mistakes. They can be just as scared as the rest of us.
And that's where the horror element really gets you. It's not just monsters or whatever. It's that feeling of losing control, facing your own limits, realizing that no matter how powerful you are, you can't escape fear. It's a human thing.
You know what I find really clever about rumors? They're playing with the idea of rumors in a really interesting way. It's not just gossip about the summit itself, but rumors of these big global problems, the kind of stuff that spreads online, like wildfire feeding fear and uncertainty.
You got it. It's like this warning. Be careful what you buy into. Those rumors can be just as dangerous as the real danger.
It's true. Rumors, they add to our anxiety, right? Makes those fears even worse. And I think it says a lot about how we're bombarded with information these days. It's overwhelming. Trying to figure out what's true, what's just a rumor, when everything feels so uncertain.
That's a lot to think about, but that's what I like about rumors. It's not afraid to tackle the tough stuff, make us question what we think we know, really think about the world.
It's powerful, right? It's more than entertainment. This is a film that can really get people talking, thinking about important things.
Exactly, and I think it's a film we need to be paying attention to. Might not be the next big blockbuster, but it could be something really unique, really get people thinking.
Totally agree. And the best part is we're just scratching the surface. We haven't even talked about the cast and crew or really dug into the plot.
That's right. I think we need to dive even deeper. There's just so much to uncover.
Yeah, we're just starting to understand what makes this film so fascinating.
And don't forget, this is just the start of our journey. We're going to be talking more about rumors, maybe even looking at what the critics are saying.
Absolutely. We'll keep you updated on how the movie's doing, how that whole vibes rating thing is playing out, and what the critics think, too, of course.
So stay tuned, everyone. We've got a lot more to explore with Rumors. Okay, so we've talked about the vibe of Rumors, the themes it's exploring. But now I want to get into something that really excites me about this film, the cast.
It's a who's who of actors known for their incredible range and ability to disappear into complex roles.
Exactly. And I think that's crucial here because Rumors isn't just about the events, it's about the people at the heart of it. Take Cate Blanchett, for instance. She's playing Hilda Orman, and knowing Blanchett, she's going to completely embody this character, flaws and all. What are we thinking is Orman based on Angela Merkel? Maybe someone entirely fictional?
It's intriguing, isn't it? They've been very careful not to draw direct parallels to real-world figures, but the speculation is part of the fun. And Blanchett has this uncanny ability to portray strength and vulnerability simultaneously. I can already picture her in this pressure cooker environment, making calculated decisions one minute and then grappling with the human cost of those decisions the next.
And it's not just her. You've got Charles Dance playing Edison Walcott. Talk about a recipe for captivating performance. Dance can command a scene with a single look, and something tells me Walcott is going to be a character full of secrets and inner turmoil. Oh, absolutely. That sense of gravitas he brings, that weight of experience, it's perfect for a character like Wolcott, someone used to being in control but now facing forces beyond his grasp. Then you've got Nikki Mucabird as Cardosa de Wint. She's been in so many amazing projects, always bringing this quiet intensity that just draws you in.
It's like the casting director took a look at the script and said, give me actors who can break your heart with a single glance, who can make you question everything about a character with just a flicker of emotion.
And that diversity of talent really speaks to the film's ambition. We've got actors known for their dramatic weight, sure, but then we've got the wild card of Guy Maddin directing. This is someone who's not afraid to experiment, to push boundaries.
And that makes me think about the language barrier. You've got this cast playing characters from all over the globe. How are they going to handle that in the film? Would be all English, a mix of languages, subtitles. It's like another layer of potential misunderstanding and tension, which, given the premise, feels incredibly deliberate. Right. It makes you think about how communication breaks down, even with the best intentions. Are these leaders going to fully understand each other, or will their words get lost in translation, literally and figuratively? It's a brilliant way to mirror the larger themes of global cooperation and the challenges of finding common ground.
It's fascinating to consider how those choices, the language, the performances, Madden's directive style will all come together. Speaking of Madden, it's not just him at the helm, right? Evan Johnson and Galen Johnson are listed as co-directors.
It's true, having three directors could have been chaotic, but with the Johnsons having collaborated before, I'm thinking it adds another dimension to the creative process. Did they divide and conquer, each taking on specific aspects of the film, or was it a more fluid collaboration?
I love that we're left wondering. It adds to the mystique, the sense that Rumors is going to be anything but predictable. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I am left with one overwhelming feeling: anticipation.
I'm right there with you. Rumors has all the ingredients for a truly unforgettable cinematic experience.
It's a film that promises to get under your skin, stay with you long after the credits roll, and maybe even spark some important conversations. It's more than just entertainment, it's a reflection of our times and a chilling look at what might be lurking just around the corner.
So to our listeners, keep an eye out for Rumors and let us know what you think. We'll be back with more deep dives soon, exploring the hidden depths of the stories that captivate us. Until then, happy watching.